Ladies and gentlemen, let's dive right into it. If you're a man who's looking to keep your relationship strong, steady, and full of respect, then you need to hear this. There are things you should never share with your woman, and I'm about to break them down for you. Trust me when I say there are things in your past and present that, if you put on the table, can shake the foundation of your relationship. You might think it's honest or helpful, but some truths are better left unsaid. These aren't just little secrets. These are things that could change the way she sees you and the trust you've built together. Stick around, because once I hit you with these 5 things, you'll understand why keeping these private will not only protect you, but will elevate the way she looks at you. So stay with me, because the truth I'm about to drop is going to change your approach to relationships forever. One of the most important things a man can do in any relationship is maintain his own sense of privacy. There are certain things that, no matter how close you are to your partner, should remain your personal business. One of the top things you should never share with a woman is the details of your past relationships, especially the reasons why they ended. Now, I know it can feel like you're being honest or open by sharing your history, but let's stop for a second and really think about it. When you share every little detail about your previous relationships, you're opening up a can of worms. You might not even realize it, but by revealing too much, you're creating unnecessary comparisons and expectations that could lead to unnecessary doubts in her mind. You see, women are emotional creatures, and their brains process information in a way that makes them connect dots faster than men do. When you start telling her about your ex, about how much she meant to you, or the reasons things fell apart, you're setting yourself up for trouble. It's natural for her to wonder, why is he telling me all this? Or how does she compare to me? Even if your intentions are pure, your words might create insecurity that you didn't intend. Women are great at picking up on emotions and signals. So when you start discussing your ex in vivid detail, it might lead to feelings of uncertainty, jealousy, or even competition. Even if she says she's fine with it, subconsciously, she's processing it. The truth is, your past relationships should remain exactly that, past. They are not a tool for building your future with her. What's even more important is that when you constantly look back at your past relationships, you're inadvertently telling your woman that you're still not over them. Now, this isn't always true, but that's how it feels from her perspective. It's like you're still holding on to something, and that makes it hard for her to trust that you're fully present in your current relationship. No one wants to feel like they're a rebound or that they're competing with someone from the past. Instead of focusing on your previous partners, you need to focus on the woman you're with now. Show her that she's your future, not your past. The other aspect of this is about respect for both your current and previous partners. It's not about hiding the truth, but about maintaining dignity and privacy. Every relationship has its ups and downs, and there's no need to get into the gritty details. If the relationship ended badly, there's no benefit in reliving the negative aspects, as it only brings unnecessary baggage into the present. And if it ended on good terms, there's no need to explain every little nuance to her either, because it could still spark jealousy or fear of inadequacy. Sometimes, then the current partner doesn't need to know every intricate detail. What matters is the bond you're building together right now. If you're focusing too much on the past, you're not putting enough energy into making your present relationship the best it can be. A man who understands the value of keeping his past relationships private is a man who respects his current partner, his past relationships, and most importantly, himself. Sharing too much about your past isn't a sign of openness, it's a sign of insecurity. When you keep your past relationships to yourself, you're showing that you are fully invested in the present moment and in the future you want to build with the person you're with right now. It allows you both to start fresh without the weight of history holding either of you back. What's crucial here is that when you're with someone new, you're not in competition with anyone from the past. The relationship you're in now is unique, and it deserves its own space to grow and evolve. So when you're tempted to bring up your ex, remember that doing so doesn't serve you or the relationship you're trying to build. Instead, it's time to focus on your present partner and show her just how much she means to you without constantly bringing the past into the picture. Leave that behind. Your future is the only thing that matters now, and that's where you should invest your energy. By doing so, you'll create a stronger, more secure relationship, one where you and your partner can grow together without the baggage of your past relationships dragging you down. Another thing that every man needs to keep private is his financial struggles. It's important to understand that while relationships are based on trust and support, certain details should be kept to yourself. Sharing too much about your financial issues can lead to unnecessary stress and may even undermine the confidence that your partner has in you. Men often feel a strong sense of pride when it comes to their finances, and they should. However, it's crucial to understand that when you reveal every small detail about your financial troubles, it can shift the dynamic in your relationship in a way that's difficult to recover from. For example, if you're struggling to pay bills or dealing with debt, sharing all the intimate details about it can create worry, doubt, and even resentment. The woman you're with might feel overwhelmed, or she might feel like you're relying on her for financial support, even if that's not your intention. This can quickly lead to feelings of insecurity or frustration. Why? While it's important to be transparent and honest about your situation in the right context, it's also important to remember that your partner doesn't need to carry that burden with you. Relationships are about shared responsibilities, but when it comes to certain aspects of your life, like your finances, it's often better to keep things private, at least until you can sort them out. There's a fine line between being open about challenges and being overly transparent about every detail. Women, just like men, appreciate a partner who can handle life challenges with dignity and determination. If you constantly share every bump in the road, it can unintentionally project the image that you're not in control of your life or your finances. While you may be looking for support or understanding, your partner might feel like she's being dragged down with you. The goal is not to hide your struggles, but to handle them with maturity, showing that you can take care of yourself and manage your own challenges. This builds trust and confidence rather than causing worry and insecurity. Now, this doesn't mean that you should never talk about your financial situation. If you're serious about the relationship and see a future together, you should eventually have conversations about financial goals, joint budgeting, and expectations. But sharing everything all at once or without clear purpose can create a lot of unnecessary tension. It can even turn something that should be a constructive conversation into a burden. By choosing the right time and place to talk about finances and keeping things focused on solutions rather than problems, you can keep your relationship strong without allowing financial stress to take over. Another aspect of this is understanding the role that emotional security plays in a relationship. When a woman sees her partner struggling financially, it might make her question whether he's reliable or whether he can provide the stability she desires. No matter how independent or self-sufficient a woman may be, there's an innate desire for emotional and financial stability in a relationship. If you're constantly talking about money problems, it can shake her sense of security and make her wonder if this relationship is going to be sustainable in the long run. You might think that sharing your struggles will bring you closer, and in some cases, it might. But constantly bringing up your financial issues can lead to one-sided conversations where your partner is more focused on how to help you than on enjoying your time together. This can affect the quality of the connection you're trying to build. What's important is finding a balance. Don't hide everything, but don't overshare. Handle your financial difficulties privately and show your partner that you can manage them responsibly. It's all about demonstrating that you're capable and committed to making things better, not just complaining about the difficulties. Ultimately, the goal is to maintain a healthy balance in the relationship. Keep your financial struggles private in the sense that you don't let them become the focal point of your interactions. Let your actions, then not your words, show that you're in control of your life as much as you want to be open and honest with the woman you're with. It's equally important to maintain your dignity and confidence, especially when it comes to areas like finances. By doing this, you'll show your partner that you're someone who can handle life challenges without overwhelming her with the details. This will strengthen the trust between you both, creating a relationship that's built on mutual respect and understanding. The third key thing that men must keep private is their insecurities and self-doubt. While it's natural for everyone, including men, to experience moments of vulnerability, sharing every feeling of insecurity or lack of confidence can undermine your relationship in ways you might not expect. When a man constantly exposes his doubts about his abilities, his appearance, or his worth, it can create an imbalance in the relationship where the woman feels like she has to constantly reassure him. While reassurance is a part of any healthy relationship, if a man makes his insecurities a constant topic of conversation, it can shift the dynamic to one of emotional dependency rather than partnership. There's a natural expectation in relationships for both partners to bring their strengths, confidence, and leadership to the table. When you share too much of your own insecurities, it can make your partner feel like they're carrying the emotional load. Men are often expected to lead, provide, and be strong for the people around them. And while that doesn't mean they shouldn't have their moments of vulnerability, it's important not to overburden the relationship with constant displays of insecurity. Women, no matter how strong or independent they are, want a partner who can stand firm when times get tough. They don't want to feel like they have to constantly pick you up or validate your worth. In many relationships, when a man is unsure of himself, it can result in him seeking constant validation. He might repeatedly ask for praise or reassurance, which can be draining for his partner. Instead of letting those feelings of doubt linger, it's healthier for men to work through them privately, whether by self-reflection, talking to close friends, or seeking professional help. Doing this allows the woman to see you as someone who can handle challenges and maintain your emotional equilibrium. When you deal with your insecurities on your own or in a more private setting, you show that you can be a stable and reliable partner without constantly leaning on her for emotional support. Another reason why it's crucial to keep your insecurities private is because of the role they play in the attraction dynamic. A woman is generally more attracted to a man who is confident, capable, and self-assured. While everyone has moments of vulnerability, excessive expressions of insecurity can make you seem weak or indecisive. Women want a man who can make decisions, take action, and move forward confidently in life. If you continuously reveal your doubts or insecurities, it can create a perception that you are uncertain or incapable of managing life's challenges. This can diminish the attraction she feels towards you and may even make her question whether you're the kind of person she can rely on for support and leadership in the future. It's not that a woman won't support you or care about your emotional well-being. It's that the relationship should not revolve around her constantly helping you manage your self-esteem. The key to a strong relationship is balance. You should be able to share meaningful, emotional moments and support one another when necessary, but not to the point where it feels like one person is emotionally carrying the other. A relationship where both partners feel equal, emotionally strong, and capable of facing the world together is one that thrives. When a man handles his insecurities privately, he demonstrates that he has the emotional strength and maturity to deal with challenges on his own. This doesn't mean suppressing or ignoring your feelings, but rather taking responsibility for your emotional health and not dumping all your fears and doubts on your partner. A woman doesn't want to be in a relationship where she feels like she's always putting out emotional fires. Instead, she wants a partner who is proactive about managing his emotions and can show resilience when faced with difficult situations. This resilience and self-reliance are powerful traits that build trust and stability in a relationship. Handling your insecurities also means being comfortable in your own skin and accepting that no one is perfect. It's okay to have flaws, but it's how you address them that matters. If you constantly bring up your flaws or highlight your weaknesses, it can lead to a cycle of self-pity or frustration that gets in the way of building a strong, positive connection. When you keep those insecurities to yourself, you allow space for your partner to admire and appreciate you for who you are, rather than focusing on the things you feel insecure about. In essence, by keeping your insecurities private and learning how to deal with them in a healthy and constructive manner, you not only grow as an individual, but also contribute to the overall health of your relationship. It allows your partner to see you as someone who is emotionally mature, self-sufficient, and capable of facing life's challenges head-on. This builds mutual respect and attraction, creating a stronger bond between the two of you that is based on trust, admiration, and shared goals rather than on constant emotional caretaking. The fourth key thing that men should keep private is their financial struggles and instability. While it's important to be open about major financial decisions in a relationship, constantly revealing your financial difficulties can create stress and insecurity. Money, or the lack of it, has an undeniable impact on relationships. For many men, financial success or failure is tied to their sense of self-worth, and sharing these struggles too frequently can make you appear weak, unreliable, or incapable of providing the stability your partner needs. It's not that your partner doesn't care about you or your financial health. In fact, she may want to support you in your efforts. However, when it comes to finances, one of the greatest risks of oversharing is the emotional burden it can place on your relationship. Constantly discussing your financial woes can shift the dynamic from one of partnership and teamwork to one of dependency and worry. Instead of focusing on how you can both build a future together, conversations become centered around stress, uncertainty, and fear. While it's normal for any couple to face financial struggles, the way you handle these challenges can significantly impact the relationship. If you keep these concerns private, or at least limit how much you share, you allow yourself the space to resolve the issue without dragging your partner into the emotional whirlwind. You also give her the opportunity to see you as someone who is capable of solving problems and navigating tough situations, rather than someone who is overwhelmed by them. This doesn't mean you should hide your financial reality completely or refuse to talk about major financial decisions. Transparency is key when it comes to shared financial goals, especially when they affect both of you. For example, if you're planning for a future together, buying a house, saving for a vacation, or investing in your future, it's essential to communicate openly about what you can and can't afford. However, there's a difference between involving your partner in practical financial decisions and constantly venting about your inability to make ends meet. When you expose your financial struggles too often, it can place your partner in a position where they feel like they need to take charge of the situation, or worse, feel resentful or worried. Financial stress can erode confidence, and if your partner sees you as unable to handle the financial aspects of life, it can diminish their respect for you. A relationship requires a certain level of emotional security, and when that security is undermined by constant financial worries, it can lead to tension, arguments, and feelings of disappointment. Women are generally attracted to a partner who exhibits a sense of responsibility, reliability, and the ability to navigate the challenges life throws at them. Financial struggles are inevitable, but the way a man deals with them says a lot about his emotional maturity and resilience. Another crucial aspect of why men should keep their financial struggles private is the pressure it can create. Women often want to feel secure and supported in a relationship, especially emotionally. When a man constantly brings up money problems, it can make the woman feel unsafe or anxious. She might begin to worry not just about the financial situation, but about the stability of the relationship itself. Relationships thrive when both partners feel secure, and that security is hard to maintain when one partner is constantly adding financial stress to the equation. Also, oversharing financial difficulties can create a cycle of negativity that is difficult to break. If every conversation revolves around money problems, it can lead to a feeling of hopelessness or frustration. This negativity can seep into other areas of the relationship, affecting communication, intimacy, and general happiness. A woman wants to be with a man who is able to maintain hope and take action, not someone who constantly feels defeated by circumstances. If she sees you constantly defeated by your financial struggles, she may lose confidence in your ability to lead and protect the future of the relationship. By keeping your financial struggles to yourself, or at least not burdening your partner with every detail, you show that you are a problem solver who is capable of managing your own affairs. You maintain your dignity and sense of self-respect, while also preserving the emotional health of your relationship. If you need support, whether it's advice, mentorship, or even practical help, there are other avenues you can explore. Friends, family, and financial counselors can help you work through financial problems without making your partner the emotional sounding board for every issue. Handling financial struggles with maturity and a positive attitude can strengthen a relationship. If you demonstrate resilience in the face of financial difficulties, it can bring the two of you closer, as she will admire your ability to navigate challenges. When you take the initiative to solve the problem, rather than letting it define you, you create an atmosphere of confidence, trust, and teamwork. Ultimately, sharing your financial burdens with your partner is necessary, but it's important to know when and how to do it. Keep the day. Today's struggles, especially the ones you can work through on your own, private. This will allow you to focus on building a secure and healthy relationship, free from the constant weight of financial anxiety. Instead of letting money problems dominate your relationship, Focus on the bigger picture, a future built on trust, teamwork, and mutual respect. The fifth and final thing that men must keep private is their past relationships, specifically any unresolved emotions or lingering attachments. While it's important to be honest about your history, constantly bringing up old relationships or comparing your current partner to an ex can create unnecessary tension. No one wants to feel like they are living in someone else's shadow, and constantly mentioning your past can cause feelings of insecurity and doubt in your current relationship. There is a delicate balance between being transparent about your past and respecting the space in which you are currently. It's essential to recognize that your present relationship should not be overshadowed by the ghosts of past relationships. When you reveal too much about your exes, it can cause your partner to feel like they are competing for your affection and attention. Even if you don't intend to make these comparisons, it can subconsciously lead to feelings of inadequacy. This is particularly true if you continue to talk about the qualities or experiences you had with someone else that your current partner doesn't share. Women want to feel special and valued for who they are in the present moment, not for what they could potentially be compared to. Constantly revisiting your past can lead to a sense of emotional distance, as your partner may feel like they are not being fully seen or appreciated. In addition to creating insecurity, discussing past relationships too frequently can prevent you from truly moving forward. If you keep rehashing old wounds or bringing up old lovers, it can signal that you are not fully ready to commit to your present relationship. A healthy relationship is built on trust and growth, and that growth cannot happen if you are constantly looking back. Women, in particular, value emotional security and the feeling that their partner is fully present with them. When a man frequently brings up his exes, it can be seen as an unwillingness to let go of the past and a lack of emotional availability. This can make a woman feel as though she is only a substitute or placeholder rather than a significant partner in your life. Another reason why men should keep their past relationships private is that it creates unnecessary drama and tension in the relationship. Repeatedly discussing past romantic experiences can trigger jealousy, insecurity, and even resentment. No one wants to feel like they are in competition with an ex or that they are constantly being measured against someone from the past. A relationship should be about the present and future, not about the mistakes, regrets, or unresolved feelings from previous relationships. By focusing on your current partner and the connection you are building, you create a healthier, more supportive environment where both partners can thrive emotionally. Sharing too much about your past can also make your partner feel as though they have to live up to unrealistic expectations. For example, if you speak highly of your ex's talents or qualities, your current partner may feel as though they are constantly being held to a standard that they cannot reach. This can create unnecessary pressure, leading to anxiety and frustration. Women want to be loved for who they are, not for trying to replicate someone else's characteristics or abilities. If you're constantly talking about the things you liked in your exes, it may signal to your current partner that they need to change or improve themselves to meet those same qualities. This can lead to frustration on both sides as your partner tries to match up to an image of perfection that's based on someone else. It's important to remember that everyone has a past and everyone has experienced heartache, disappointment, and growth through past relationships. However, constantly focusing on that past can prevent you from fully appreciating the present. No matter how positive or negative your past relationships were, they do not define who you are today. You are with your current partner because you see something in them that is worth your time effort, and emotional investment. If you continue to bring up your past relationships, it can undermine the emotional connection you are trying to build. A relationship should be about focusing on the present and the future, not constantly revisiting the past. In relationships, it's crucial to strike a balance between transparency and emotional privacy. It's one thing to discuss past relationships when it's necessary or when it serves to clarify something important, but it's entirely different when your partner constantly hears about your exes in ways that make them feel uncomfortable or insecure. Trust and emotional security cannot thrive when the past is constantly being revisited. Ultimately, men must learn to keep certain things private, especially when it comes to their past relationships. While it's important to be honest, being mindful of how often and when you share your history can make a big difference in the emotional health of your current relationship. By leaving the past in the past, you open the door to creating a deeper and more meaningful connection with the woman in your life, one that is built on trust, mutual respect, and a shared future. It allows both of you to focus on building your relationship without the unnecessary weight of previous emotional baggage. By maintaining the privacy of your past relationships, you show that you are fully committed to your present relationship and ready to move forward together. The sixth and final thing men must keep private is their financial struggles or weaknesses. It's important to acknowledge that financial matters can be a sensitive topic in any relationship. While honesty is essential in a partnership, constantly airing your financial difficulties can create unnecessary stress and concern for your partner, potentially damaging the emotional stability of the relationship. A woman doesn't want to feel like she's carrying the burden of your financial struggles, especially when it's not clear how things will turn around. Financial issues are complex, and while they might feel overwhelming, constantly discussing them with your partner can make her feel anxious, helpless, or even frustrated. Men often feel the pressure to provide and succeed, and they may fear that if they reveal financial challenges, they will be judged or viewed as inadequate. This can lead to feelings of shame and inadequacy, which may make them want to open up about their struggles. However, sharing too much about your financial problems can be detrimental to both you and your partner. For one, it can cause your partner to feel like she needs to step in and fix things, which can lead to a sense of imbalance in the relationship. A healthy partnership is about supporting each other in various aspects of life, but it should not become a scenario where one person feels like they're constantly having to save the other. It is important to strike a balance between being open about your struggles and maintaining the strength and confidence necessary to work through them on your own or with external help. Discussing financial struggles excessively can also create a sense of insecurity in the relationship. Women may start to question whether their partner is truly stable enough to build a future together. Financial security is often associated with long-term stability, and when a man continuously expresses his inability to manage his finances, it can lead a woman to feel uncertain about the future. Even though she might want to support you, hearing about your financial issues repeatedly may begin to wear on her emotionally. It could create doubt about whether the relationship is built on solid ground or if it's only a temporary solution to an ongoing problem. Moreover, constantly bringing up money-related stress can trigger anxiety in your partner. A woman may begin to feel that every conversation, no matter how small, is tied to money. The focus shifts from the relationship to financial survival, and that can strain both the emotional and physical connection. Women want to be able to enjoy their time together without feeling like they are burdened with constantly thinking about where the next dollar is coming from or how to manage an unstable financial future. In a healthy relationship, both partners should feel like they can rely on each other for emotional support, not just in difficult times, but also in moments of joy and fun. When men open up too much about their financial troubles, it can also lead to a loss of respect. Women may start to perceive their partner as someone who is incapable of managing their finances or someone who is stuck in a cycle of poor financial decisions. While this may not always be the case, it's often how things are perceived when a partner is overly vocal about their money woes. Financial issues are normal, and everyone goes through ups and downs, but the way you present your struggles can either make or break the respect and trust that is shared in the relationship. Showing your partner that you are taking steps to improve your financial situation without constantly complaining or highlighting every failure demonstrates strength, resilience, and determination. Additionally, continually discussing financial difficulties might create a sense of resentment. Your partner may start to feel that she is constantly putting in emotional labor to help you deal with your financial problems, which can lead to feelings of exhaustion or resentment. This is especially true if there is no resolution in sight. Financial issues can be overwhelming, and it is okay to lean on each other for support when needed. However, it is equally important to be proactive about solving the issue and not to use the relationship as an outlet for ongoing financial distress. It's vital to take action in your own life to address the challenges you are facing, whether that involves seeking financial advice, cutting back on spending, or creating a realistic budget. By showing your partner that you are actively working towards a solution, you not only improve your own financial health, but also protect the emotional well-being of your relationship. The last thing to consider is that a woman wants to feel secure, and constant discussions about financial troubles can undermine that security. When money is tight, it can affect every aspect of life, including the emotional tone of the relationship. The stress from financial struggles can seep into other areas, causing tension, arguments, and frustration. Women value stability and want to feel that the person they are with is capable of taking care of both the relationship and themselves. While it's important to have open and honest communication, there's a time and place for discussing financial challenges. Women respect men who take responsibility for their financial health and who can maintain confidence in the face of adversity. In conclusion, while it is essential to be honest with your partner about significant issues in your life, men should keep certain things, especially financial struggles, private. The goal is to protect the emotional stability of the relationship and show that you are taking active steps to address any challenges. A woman wants to feel like she can trust her partner to handle situations confidently without the burden of constant worry and stress. By maintaining some level of privacy around finances, men can show that they are capable of taking care of themselves, working towards solutions, and preserving the emotional health of their relationship.